What up? This is Bboy Lancer from the Calamities in California, and I'm here to share some moments and memories about Cellspace. So my first experience with Cellspace was in 2006. I had just graduated high school and I was a freshman at Berkeley at the time, so I was probably 18. And when I heard about a jam in Cellspace, I was like, wow, this is like an opportunity for me to go out and just represent myself. You know, it was probably the second or third jam I ever went to in the Bay. And my goal at the time was to really represent myself, my crew, and my style, all in the ciphers, all in the circles. So I didn't want to hit up jams and just enter competitions, the first few jams in the Bay. I just really wanted to represent, you know, and just really show and prove myself without the battles yet, you know, because that would come later. Anyway, you know, here I am walking through San Francisco, taking the BART for like the first time pretty much, and just wandering around Mission, you know, asking myself like, where is this place? Because I didn't really have a good smartphone at the time and didn't really know how to like, you know, find this place, you know. And it was, to me, it was really hip hop in a way, because like you were like walking and discovering things. It was like a journey to me to hit up Cellspace, you know, like it was literally a travel. And to me, I think it's something special. Like by the time I got to the jam, I was like, dude, I gotta rip it. Like I'm finally here and this is really exciting. You know, barely anybody knows me in the Bay, so I'm just gonna try to rip it. As soon as I walked in that jam, I'm sorry, I forgot the name of the jam, but as soon as I walked in that jam, the first thing I felt was warmth. And what I mean is the ciphers were really heated. You know, the vibe was very hot, but it was a very dope kind of environment. The warmth was there. Like I felt welcome, but at the same time I felt like I had to again show and prove myself. So, you know, I went through every circle, every cipher, not to like steal people's rounds, but more like just to, you know, show what I got, you know, show my style again and let people know like, oh, Lance's in town, you know, like this is what I got. And by the time the jam ended, it was like 11 or 12, and I had to find myself I had to find a way to go back home, which was in Berkeley at the time. And you know, here I am walking back, maybe 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning, back to my dorm, and you know, really fun jam. And I asked myself, was it worth it to do this travel? You know, like by myself, was it worth it to find this place and experience these vibes and these moments? And I told myself, yeah, you know, and I really hope to hit up all the jams I could at Cellspace, because Cellspace really represented San Francisco, you know, and it really represented hip-hop culture for the Bay Area to me. And for me to come from San Diego and experience that was something I truly cherish. So one of my favorite memories about Cellspace is dirty hands. It sounds kind of ridiculous, but the idea was that like after a jam was done, you know, and you saw the kind of dirt that you had in your hands after Cellspace, to me it was something very special. To me it was the fact that because that place was so raw and so grimy, you could tell by your hands how much work you put in, you know, like how much time you spent on the floor, which means how much time you vibe with everybody in a circle or in a battle or like in a small space somewhere at Cellspace. It was such an important artifact in your hand. Like you had a story in your hands that you and everybody else in that venue at that time, at that moment, was able to share, you know. Cellspace brought the rawness out of people. It really brought this intrinsic feeling of, I'm really gonna exchange my skills for the love of this culture, for the love of this dance, and also for the ability to test your will against somebody else, you know. And Cellspace offered that kind of place. It offered that kind of feeling. It offered that kind of magic. And it's very sad that a lot of people won't be able to experience that in the future. I definitely had my fair share of battles, my fair share of cipher call-outs, and my fair share of amazing moments in the battles and in the circles, and just understanding people's stories, right? And at the end of the day, when the jam is all said and done, you looked at your hands and you're like, wow, like it, you know, something happened today. It doesn't matter if anyone knew about it. It doesn't matter if it had 1 million views on YouTube. What really mattered was that you know, here was where your story lied, you know, and it was given to you by Cellspace. And for that, I'm truly, truly thankful for all the opportunities and all the amazing moments. Um, After you wash your hands, it stays in your heart, you know, and it is sad for me to see Cellspace go. So, you know, come celebrate the jam, the very last jab at Cellspace. You know, I really hope to just dance my heart out there. And it's not about winning. It's not about going in there and trying to make mad noise or whatever. It's, for me, it's gonna be to celebrate all the memories I had. You know, I was so young at the time, 18, not knowing anything about Cellspace, and then coming from now, 2014, it's just like almost 10 years in the making for me, which isn't a lot, you know, but it was still a lot in terms of weight and in terms of story for me. So I'm gonna go out there and I'm just gonna dance, and I'm just gonna try to relive my moments and make a lot of new ones. And you know, I hope that everyone goes out and supports that event and kind of get that feeling either for the first time or for the last time. I mean, whichever one you feel, I hope you have fun, you know. And with that, I'll say peace, and hope to see you there. Bboy Lancer, the Calamities, California.